Very good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Dan Walker and Louise Minchin.
Headlines for you this morning. Good morning, it's Wednesday, it's the 7th of April, and the top story this morning is that a trial of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID vaccine on children has been temporarily paused while the UK regulator investigates concerns that the jab may be causing rare blood clots in a tiny number of adults.
The pause is voluntary and none of the 300 children involved in the trial has suffered a clot, as our medical editor Fergus Walsh reports.
Yeah, that's a tragedy.
Yeah, so it's just a little packet, because they obviously don't want to share tomato ketchup as well.
It's very important. Do you have tomato ketchup with chips?
Or mayonnaise.
Oh, very Belgian.
Controversial.
Apparently the Belgian style. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Right, okay. I'm glad we've cleared that up.
It was bitter. I think it's probably a good way of describing what was going on yesterday. Carol, morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are talking lots about the weather this morning. It was bitter yesterday. It's not too great today either, is it, Carol? Morning.
Morning.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Carol.
Although, for a good cause, Louise. You've got to remember that. For
Stay
a good
strong,
cause.
stay strong.
Come on, we can do this.
What do a Peaky Blinders themed bar and a custom-built yoga studio have in common? They are both contenders to be named Shed of the Year.
It's surprisingly a packed field. Breakfast Graham Satchell has been to meet some of those people for whom the humble shed is their pride and joy.
Lots of questions about that. When is a shed not a shed?
Well, I think the rules need to be a bit stricter, Louise, right? Wi-Fi, not a shed. Heating, not a shed.
Really?
I don't think...
Can you have a little electric heater or not?
If you've got...
Is it the underfloor heating that got you?
If you've got electricity in a shed, I think that's acceptable. Lighting, but once you start putting TVs in sheds, that's not a shed.
She said hers was 10 by 8. You see, I think also there should be a shed size limit.
I think they need to look at these rules a lot more strictly. Louise, I think they've just extended sheds into...
I love that story, so much about it. Well done to Rosie as well.
Inspiration, love that, yeah. Do you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge, if you just switched on, that took over the internet? It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Everybody was doing it. Well, there is a new fundraising sensation.
It is called the Ice...
Where it's currently -2.
Am I being stupid? Why are we not allowed to do it here? Is it because of all the electrics involved?
Yeah, water and electric.
Is that what it is?
It doesn't go down well. And I think basically they're just trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible for us. So we'll be doing it outside.
It's currently -2.
Yeah, we'll be speaking to Len as well, who's going to be sort of...
Hopefully guiding us through it.
Exactly, giving us the reasons for it. I think he's going to do it himself as well. He's going to be with his family back in Preston, and Louise and I are going to be outside freezing our bits off.
Great. Time now to get the news, travel and the weather, wherever you are. Of the sachets to put the ketchup in?
Yes. Earlier on you said with your chips you like ketchup and occasionally a bit of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
The other most important question to ask you this morning is sausage sandwich.
Yeah.
Red sauce or brown sauce?
Neither. Marmalade. That's really messed with your head, hasn't it?
You're a what?
Marmalade.
You're a maverick. My grandfather used to have marmalade with bacon. Marmalade, what, like just sort
marmalade?
Of normal, not
marmalade.
Not like an onion marmalade, just a normal marmalade.
Just normal marmalade.
Oh, you're really... breaking culinary boundaries this morning. Marmalade with sausages, Carol?
That's a really good idea, Dan. Should we just do that?
Or you could do it, Carol, if you fancy it.
I'm busy.
Richardson Community School in Dagenham. I think those two lads were a bit older, weren't they? Because they just started secondary school, so they were wearing face coverings in school. But they were brilliant, weren't they?
They were just like, it's annoying, but we just get on with it.
It's life.
Yeah. Right, Kat's got the sport. Morning.
We won't, will we?
I will.
You'll get the golf eyes out, won't you?
Virtually, because you'll tell me. Carol's having a look at the weather today, and it's lovely, but it's cold. In about half an hour, thank you.
It's still -1 degree here outside in Salford. We're doing the Ice Foot 92 challenge later on, which is all inspired by Len Johnrose, who's a former footballer who now, like Rob Burrow, like Stephen Darby, like Doddy Weir, is suffering with motor neurone disease. It's all about trying to raise money for the Motor Neurone Disease Association, and we'll be doing that. I think I'm on about 8:30, and you're doing it just before the end of the programme.
Yeah, by which time it'll be just 0 as opposed to -1.
It's warming up all the time.
Huge difference.
The joy of a wedding, a newborn baby and a fox on a London street, all captured in photographs that have been named amongst this year's best.
Around 10,000 images from all over the world. Take part in that quiz Sunday night, 7 o'clock. As Jason said, just have a look at British Red Cross and you can find it there.
So much energy. Stay with us. Headlines coming up. Hello, very good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Dan Walker and Louise Minchin.
The headlines for you, just gone 8 o'clock this morning. You might remember a couple of years ago, the Ice Bucket Challenge. Everybody was doing it, wasn't
shiver.
Yes. Well, there is a new fundraising sensation and we are, when we say getting involved, we're not being volunteered, have we? We've been put forward for this challenge and we're getting ready for it.
No, we've been told we are doing it.
That's right, yes. Voluntold, I think.
It's called, it's a great word. It's called the Ice Foot Challenge.
I've got a massive coat today. I've got the world's biggest coat to keep me warm. It's freezing outside.
Literally. Right now, you'll see that really soon. Right now, the news, travel and the weather, wherever you're watching.
Now, it's the final countdown for hairdressers, for pubs, restaurants and shops getting ready for reopening in England on Monday.
Are you going to put your socks back on?
I'm just thinking that, yeah. My feet have now sort of gone back
Do you
to
know what I
normal
mean, Nina?
temperature. So I'm
I'm
going
going to look at the feet. I'm getting nervous now.
Are you?
I've got to go downstairs, haven't I, and go do this challenge.
You just pulled out your hot water bottle. She's come prepared for these things.
That's when I've done it.
Yes, exactly.
For 92 seconds, Dan, not 90.
Don't, you don't want to go down that road. It's all for a good cause, Louise. Let's have a last brief look at the headlines wherever you are this morning.